Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Scooby Tober. Tonight we're going to do a double feature. We're going to talk about the top 7 Scooby Doo cameo, the top 7 celebrity cameos in Scooby Doo, and counting down the from best to worst cameo of Scooby Doo in cartoons. So, here we go. Number 7, The Addams Family. Now, The Addams Family was a big part of my childhood. And so was Scooby Doo. And when they did a collaboration between Scooby Doo and the Addams Family, I was like, this is going to be amazing. And it was. It's probably one of the biggest ones, except for another one that I'm going to mention here in a few minutes. And it's interesting because, you think that with something like the Addams Family, you think it wouldn't be as good, but it is interesting. Number 6, The Three Stooges. Let me just say that I was blown away at how well The Three Stooges were done. And at the time, I think Curly was about to leave The Three Stooges, if I remember right. But this was after, this was before I was born, so I didn't know a whole lot about Curly. So yeah. Number 5, Sarah and my science chair. This is probably one of the most controversial cameos, but it's right for the time, because when Scooby Doo was on, it was all about the whole hippie thing, and Sonny and Cher were part of that. Number 4. I hate to say this, but any of the WWE lineup. The reason why I put this on the list, not only because it's not Scooby Doo the new Scooby Doo movies cameo, but it is a celebrity cameo. I've talked about this through my tier list of Scooby Doo movies. I love WWE. This is probably one of the best ideas I've ever seen in my entire life. They did have an episode of Pup Named Scooby Doo where they did the whole wrestling thing, but this was more or less just the characters. Number 3, Courage the Cowardly Dog. Again, I have not seen the movie, but this, more or less, they did do a cameo with Courage before this movie, and that was a sword. It shows Courage, run away from something, guys in masks, and then they pull it up, and there's Scooby-Doo and Shaggy, and they tell Courage, we're the only scared cats in this neighborhood. Number 2, Scooby-Doo Gang. The original Scooby-Doo Gang from Cyber Chase. This was epic. Again, I wasn't going to go into detail about where these cameos were coming from, but this was actually interesting. The reason why I put this on the list is because the game that they were making was based off of the original cast of Scooby Doo. And I myself was excited. I was like, whoa, the original Scooby Doo cast? Heck yeah. Number 1. I hate to say this, but the Harlem Globetrotters. I was blown away at how well they did the Harlem Globetrotters. I myself, not too long ago, went to Harlem Globetrotters game, and it was amazing. I have never seen them up close before. Of course, the originals are old, but they have new ones. But this was when, the hype was behind the Harlem Globetrotters. So, it was pretty cool. So that's my top 7 Scooby-Doo celebrity cameos. And now we're going to go from best to worst Scooby-Doo cameos. First one is Scooby-Doo and Johnny Bravo. Now, for those of you who aren't familiar, Johnny Bravo was a cartoon made by the same people who made Scooby Doo, so it made sense that we would see a cameo of Scooby in Johnny Bravo. And it's funny because the entire time they're running away from this monster, which turns out to be his aunt. Just wow. The reason why it's my best episode is because they didn't go overboard with the whole, this is Scooby-Doo mixed with Johnny Bravo. They didn't do something stupid. Now, I'm not saying I didn't like Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo was probably one of my favorite cartoons back then. Next one is The Great Adventures of Billy and Mandy. Scooby-Doo on the witness stand. I would probably put this a little lower on the list, but the cameo of him in this episode, I think it's called Keeper the Reaper. And Billy and Mandy are trying to fight over who is going to get Grim, which is their friend, obviously. And so Scooby-Doo gets on the stand and he says, I'm also going to make a mention of another Johnny Bravo episode, by the way. But it's going to be out of this one. And he says, he makes fun of the way I talk. And what does he say? I'm a dog. And he is. Next one is Johnny Bravo, Christmas. And the reason why this is lower on the list is because it's a small little bitty cameo. I'm not saying it's a bad cameo, but Johnny Bravo accidentally hurts Santa Claus. So he has to go around flying all around the world. And the only time you get to see Scooby-Doo is when he is getting what he wants, not what he wants, but what he needs. And that is speech lessons instead of Scooby Snacks. And the cameo, again, it wasn't as good as the one in the Johnny Bravo episode. And the worst worst cameo of all time goes to, I hate to say it, but Billy and Mandy. And I would have gotten away with it if it weren't for those meddling kids. Not the fact that they did the whole trope of, I could have gotten away with it for those meddling kids and their dog. No. They turned to Scooby Doo and the gang, and then Mary's like, no, not this meddling kids, over here. What the heck? At least give them, maybe 10 seconds. And they don't exactly look like Scooby-Doo and the gang. I'm sorry, but what the heck did they do to them? Now, I know what you're thinking. Weren't the other Scooby-Doo cameos? Yes. But most of them were... They're not worthy of being talked about. I don't know. I never liked the cameos in some of the cartoons that they did. But there's my top 7 Scooby-Doo celebrity cameos. And for best to worst Scooby-Doo cameos in cartoons. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Scooby-Doo and the Boo Brothers discussing Scooby-Tober. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys on the next video.